guys, welcome back to Adulting 101, and today we are going to do some car maintenance or some car checks. And so you can be a girl and do this, or a boy and do this. Best thing to do is to get your owner's manual out of your car, and it will tell you how to do everything. Google and YouTube is also a good option, but the owner's manual will tell you exactly for your car. And so we're going to start with how to change a tire if you have a flat tire. Everybody should know how to change a tire in case you are stranded, and that way you can fix it, put your spare on, and figure out how to get moving to where you can go get your tire fixed at Walmart, major brands, wherever you want to go. But if you go into your owner's manual, into the index, and look at flat tire or changing tire, it will tell you step by step. Most cars will always have a spare tire in the back or underneath it if it's a truck, or also it will have a jack in there, and the owner's manual will tell you where that's at. Alright guys, so in my Prius and Mr. Sully, my jack is actually underneath my seat, the front seat, and so my owner's manual told me where it was at. And so to get to it, you have to put your front seat all the way up as far as it will go. And then if you come back here to the back, you can actually see it where it's at. To get it out, you have to turn it counterclockwise, and that way it will release. And so we're going to get it out here, and then we'll get it to where it needs to go. One thing that I learned when I was in college coming home is everything that fits in your car with the spare tire in the back no longer fits there when you have to put your real tire. So your tire's here, it has all this stuff over top of it protecting it, and so you just unscrew this piece and the tire comes out. Now this is just like a little donut tire. You're not supposed to go very far on this, but it'll get you where you need to go. And then also in here is a little tool to help you get the hubcap off, and also tire iron to get your lug nuts off. And so there's something else in here as well. There's the tool to jack the jack up. Use our lug nut wrench. It's a really small one, and this in here is what's going to take off our hubcap. My car does not have one. Then you would use this little piece right here to pop it out. I actually have a rim, and so I don't have anything to pop out. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put your lug nuts, your wrench on your lug nuts, like. Alright guys, so as a girl, I am not strong enough to loosen these up with my hands. You guys can be able to do that, but my daddy taught me the easiest way to do that, and that is with my legs. And so you're going to put your lug nut on there, your wrench on there and the lug nut, and that wist like that, and you're going to put your foot on there, and you're going to keep your balance and make sure you don't fall over. But you're going to stand on it, push until it breaks loose, like so. And we'll do that for all of the lug nuts. When you guys have to change a tire, you want to try to make sure as best as you can that you're on a flat surface. If you don't have a flat surface, then you need something to chalk the tires, and that way it doesn't roll. You want to make sure your lug nuts are loose before you jack up the car, otherwise your tire will just spin as you're trying to loosen them up. So we've got this, we've got it placed on a flat surface, we've got it in between the two notches. We're going to put our little wrench on here, and we're going to start jacking the car up. You don't have to jack it to the sky, you just got to jack it up enough that you can get that tire off. Alright guys, so when the little other thing didn't work, you can always improvise. So we're going to use tire iron. That works a lot better. You can also have a different kind of jack in your vehicle that would make it easier. Alright guys, so now that our tire can turn, we know it's high enough in the air. And so then you're going to just loosen up, take the lug nuts off, like so. And we'll do this for the other four, and then we'll come right back. So we've got the tire lug nuts off, and so we did have to beat on it just a little bit. And so you just take the tire off. And so if you had a flat tire, you would look to see where the flat tire part was at. Put it in the back of the car, and that way you could take it to Walmart or wherever, and they would plug it for you and then put it back on the car. But I want you to notice the difference in the size of the donut tire or the spare tire into the real tire. So we have our little donut tire. And so we're going to put the depressed end to the inside of the tire, and we're just going to sit it on top of where those lug nuts are. Like so. When you put your lug nuts back on, you're going to put the end that has the screws on it, and you're just going to screw them on. Like so, and you do that all the way around, okay? To tighten them up, then you would use your foot to step on that lug nut wrench to get them tight. So, because I didn't have a flat tire, I'm not going to put my spare tire all the way on, but I will show you the process on the real tire. So we'll be right back. When you put your lug nut on there, you want to make sure that it goes on there really easy. If it goes on there tight, then you probably have cross-threaded it, and then you're going to have bigger problems down the road. So you want to make sure that they're on there, and they go on there nice and smooth, just like that one there did, okay? And so, you just put that on there, hold the tire with your free hand, and then tighten it up. Now after you change your tire, you want to make sure that you go to the nearest place that you can get it fixed, and that way you make sure that your lug nuts are on there tight enough. Decently tight, and you want to go ahead and get on your jack, and you're going to lower it down, and so to lower it down, you're going to go counterclockwise, okay? You just want to lower it enough down to where it is on the ground so you can tighten them up the rest of the way. And that's probably good enough, and that way in case something goes wrong, you don't have to start the process all over again. And again, you put your little lug wrench on there, and this time you're going to go righty-tighty. So you're going to balance yourself on the car, put your foot here on the wrench. If you got to do it again, and you do that for all of them. A air-powered wrench and get them on there nice and tight for you. Okay, so we have them. We'll do all the rest here in a second. But one thing else you need to make sure you do with your tires, especially when it gets cold, this is your best friend. This here is a air gauge. It does your PSI, or your pounds per square inch. You just take your cap off your tire, put that on there, and it'll tell you how much air is in that tire. And the side of your tire will tell you how much air your tire needs. And so this has 36 pounds per square inch. The tire probably calls for anywhere from 32 to 40. And so that way you'll have proper air pressure in your tires. And so this is how you change a tire in a car. And so next we will talk about how to check your oil. Alright guys, so we're going to teach you how to check your oil in your car. And so your oil keeps your engine running. You have to have oil in it. And so to lift your hood, you're going to come inside your car. And right here in this car here is where it's located at. It's a little handle. Sometimes it's down here, but you just pull it and it releases the latch on the hood. And probably the hardest part of this is finding out where the latch underneath here is, because you can't see it. But there's a little lever there. You usually can feel it. You pull it, pick the hood up, and then there'll be a little kickstand that will hold the hood up like so. Guys, so this here is the inside of your car, your engine and battery and all those things. And so a rag is one of the only requirements you have to have. And so this here is your dipstick. And so you're just going to gently pull up. It'll come out of this little tube. The first time, you just wipe it off. Wipe it nice and clean. You need a fairly clean rag. This rag could probably be a little bit cleaner. And then you're going to stick it back in the dipstick. Sometimes easier said than done. Wait a couple seconds and then pull it back out. And when you pull it back out, you're going to see that you have two little lines there, And so those two little lines, as long as they have oil on them, then that is good. If you have no oil up here and on this line here, then you need to add oil to your car. A lot of cars will actually have like a little area that will say add oil to it. This one here does not. Okay, my car is fine, but if you had to add your oil, then you're gonna put it right here. Okay, you'll just unscrew that, and that's where you put your oil in it. And so you're not going to put cooking oil in it or Crisco or any of that. This here tells you exactly what kind of oil you need, and this is SAE OW20. And so your owner's manual will also tell you this is the synthetic oils what this car needs. And so you can also look at your washer fluid, and so it would go right here. It actually kind of looks like Miss Mary needs a little bit of washer fluid in her car, and so I will add some here just in a little bit. And then so this is where your antifreeze is. Hopefully you don't have to worry about that. But this here is just some easy maintenance that you can do to your car. Girls, boys, men, women, grandma, and grandpas can all do this themselves. And so hopefully you guys have learned a little bit, and I hope you have a great day, and stay tuned to more Adulting 101 videos from us.